Track 13 is the final track on the album, and I think, like This Time I Won't Forget, this was the perfect song to end this album with, emotionally and sonically and lyrically.
Yeah, so I wrote this one, and it started out sort of as an attempt to just see if I could write a sort of storytelling song. You know, I was listening to a lot of Paul Simon, and I thought, this guy tells stories so well, and he seems to kind of be able to put himself, or at least put something essential into a story that sounds like it may or may not be related to his life experience. So that was the sort of idea behind it. And then this, you know, guitar part, sort of African style, folksy guitar part started to develop, and I just kind of went with it. And I think what it resulted in was a song with, for me at least, has a little bit of pathos and a feel to it, a sort of resignation, a sort of positive yet indifferent resignation, you know, to certain things in life, where you realize at a certain point, hey, I might want to redo this, or, you know, maybe you get old and you think, what didn't I do in my life that I wish I had, or what would I do differently? And the resignation to understanding that is not how it works, that you don't get to redo necessarily, at least not in this lifetime. You don't get to redo that. You have to live with it and contemplate the pluses and minuses that you've achieved. That's kind of where I was feeling with this song. And then the artwork was another one. Actually, a friend of mine from school, high school in Phoenix, Arizona, that I went to, a guy called Ryan Parker. He's one of those guys that we were friends growing up, and he was a great artist, and once in a while he would just, you know, show you a little comic he had done or something. You're like, holy shit, this is years of skill beyond his age. And so when we were looking for art for each song, I thought, well, let's, you know, see if Ryan's into it, and sent him the song. And we had a few little sort of concepts. I said, you know, I kind of want to show like maybe an old guy with a bit of a reflective look on his face, and you know, maybe sort of a yin-yang thing in it. It was very vague, the sort of guidelines that I gave him. And he came back with a sketch, which is not far off the final piece, and thought, holy shit, he nailed it, you know. He put all kinds of symbology in it and really brought something to it. And I think he captured somehow, you know, for me at least, when you look at this guy's face, he captured it. He captured the feel. He captured this idea of maybe some sadness, but also resignation and an acceptance. And maybe I'm projecting onto it, but for me, it kind of it works.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I'd never, you know, I forgot, because it's been quite a long time since I looked at the artwork, all the little Easter eggs he's kind of put in there. I never appreciated back then, because I feel like we were just so busy trying to finish the album. I was like, oh yeah, that's perfect. Looks good. They captured the right face, but then all the other detail of it is actually very cool.
Yeah, so, he has a very good Instagram handle. His name's Ryan Parker. He's an exceptional artist, but his handle is I Draw Good Art.